Hey, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless, Most High in Christ bless. We are Israel united in Christ, and this is the Armor of God, Armor of God radio show. All praises to the Most High.
Buddy.
Yeah. Been a while. I like the new digs. I like how everything is looking, man.
Yeah,
We got more than one color on the screen right now. I like that thing.
Yes, sir.
We next level.
On
Hey, shalom, Israel. Hey, back with another fire radio show. I'm Officer Raywell, our host today.
Officer Abraham.
And we got in the studio
Officer Nahum, Officer Polite.
Hey, all praises. Hey, Officer Abraham. What we got today?
Hey, all praise, man. Hey, so this month, we're going to be talking about our Native Indian brothers.
That's right.
Yeah. You're gonna Officer Nahum, huh?
Hey, what I got?
We're going to be talking about our Native Indian brothers.
All praise.
And the title is going to be entitled, Gad, a Troop Shall Overcome.
Right. That's right. Hey, before we get started,
Yes, sir.
Officer Nahum, you got the camera on Officer Nahum? Put the camera on Officer Nahum. Now, brothers would say, that's an African American.
Yep.
Officer Nahum, tell them about your tribe, man. Tell them how you Gad. How you figure that out?
The tribe of Gad. Hey, find out about it. Hey, talk to the family, got some family history. What do you call the family historian? I talked to them and they told me, gave me some more information that enlightened me about my history, so-called history. I'm gonna just say it like that, But hey, they say we was so-called Native Americans on my father's lineage. So guess what? That makes me from the tribe of Gad.
That's right. All praise.
Yeah.
Which Gad tribe?
The tribe in North Carolina, they call it the Saponi tribe.
Dang.
Or Halawasi Saponi.
Halawasi Saponi.
Boy. Hey, so we got the real deal up in here.
We got real Gad.
That's right. We got the real deal up in here.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, give me a quick scripture to open up. Go to I want Ephesians first, about put on the whole armor, and then we're gonna go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's start there.
Yes, sir. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
I'm sorry, verse 11.
Go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of God.
That's right.
Put on the whole armor of God. That's this book, this whole Bible. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
That you might be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. You might be able to be strong when things come your way. Trials, temptations, physical harm when it comes to getting persecuted for this gospel. He said, put on this whole armor so that way you can stand. Right? Now, that being said, you would Deuteronomy 28. Let's open up a little bit.
In the Bible.
Let's open it up nice and strong.
Yeah. Go to 28 and read verse 28. Let's start there.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28.
Bring it out.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness,
Right.
and blindness and astonishment of heart.
So he's talking to the whole nation.
Right.
Right, officers? He's talking to the whole nation.
Right.
That's so-called blacks. That's Hispanics also, and Native Indians. He said he's going to smite them with madness and astonishment and read that again?
Blindness. Yep.
Blindness, yeah. Go ahead.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness,
Right.
and
Go
blindness
ahead.
and astonishment of heart.
Read.
And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness.
So they're going to always be searching, but never able to find. Always be searching, but never able to find that. Like, for example, our Native Indian brothers, right? Gad.
Right.
Our Native Indian brothers, they have a sense of nationalism amongst themselves,
Yeah, they do.
right?
Yeah.
But they still can't really dig and get to the root of who they are, even though they know. I know I'm Native Indian, but some of them going before, almost like with blacks, go back before 1619.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Before, I think the time period you're talking about, before the white man started to tell us what we are.
Yes.
Before he started,
Yes.
we don't recollect the time period before Esau said, "You are a Native American."
Right.
That ain't what I call myself.
Suspicious.
Nope. You said you're American, and then you call me. I'm the ones that was here first.
Right.
But what did I call myself? That kind of history. I think that's what you're going
Yeah.
into.
No, that's it. That's
that kind
exactly
of history.
it.
That's the cutoff. Like, when did the white man start telling us what we are and who we are to be? We don't remember before he started telling us. We
Right.
don't have accurate. The Native Indians do. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Officer Nahum. Native Indians, they don't even agree on the reasons why they do certain things. Like the fringes, they have different thoughts. Some say we're hiding in the grass. Some say it has some spiritual
I've heard a couple of them.
The
Yeah.
wind.
Yes.
They don't even agree on their former history.
Well, like when we go to most what do you call it, powwows, right? We go out there, we may do a fly mission, or we go edify people. We mention something to them, say, hey, you see those things you got hanging on the bottom of your garments? They say, yeah, this is part of our heritage. But when I ask them what heritage, they don't know where it derives from. They don't know that it comes from the Bible.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could touch on that. Can we
Yeah,
get that?
of course.
Let me get
Get
that
that
real quick. Give me that. You know what I want? Numbers 15:38 real quick. We're going to touch on that history right there. Where this came from. Where can the so-called Native Americans and Hispanics find out about these fringes and so-called African Americans today? Read what you got.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel
That's you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Read.
and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So that's the heritage. This was throughout your generations. As long as you still here on the earth, we supposed to keep that custom. Read.
that they may put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So you can even look, you go to the museums, right, where they may have garments set up. There's a ribbon of blue set up and right on top of the fringe.
Right.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
See, this was a reminder for you. Just in case you go off astray, you started, you want to worship the sun, moon, and the stars, because that's what happened to a lot of our people, the wind and all this about these different spirits.
Right.
You got something to say?
No, finish.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
so, you know, as they started going off to all these different type of deities and worship all these strange gods, you're supposed to look at those fringes. It's supposed to prevent you from doing that.
Right.
Read.
Then that you seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, which after which he used to go a whoring.
Right, because that's what we used to do. We'll go, Israel always, repeatedly, it was a cycle, a circle, that we go right back into slavery, right back, because breaking God's commandments. So I just want to touch on that. Go ahead, officer.
Right. And IT, real quick, there's a photo that just got posted. So that way we can see what Officer Nahum was just talking about.
Right.
And now, Officer Nahum, you might remember this. And we going. I'm about to say we going.
Bring it out.
Now, we went to a history museum in Raleigh.
Yes, sir.
Right? And we had saw at the very beginning of those of y'all who are in the Raleigh area, go there. It's a lot of history, but you have to know what you're looking at so that way it can make sense to you.
Right.
That's right.
When we had went, we had saw a couple of things, right? Like we had saw the Indians in what is it? It was a teepee, but it was the way that they designed it. I forget it was rounded, almost like a dome.
And
It
that's
was
what
like
you're
a
talking
dome,
about.
like
Yeah.
a stick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send an image. I got an image of all that right there. I'm gonna send it here.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember that. And then there's yesterday we had a class yesterday. As far as what was it yesterday, October the 11th? We had a class yesterday when we was going into the Indians. Bishop was going into it, and we became a seafaring people. We went to this museum, and then it showed a long cedar wood boat that the Indians had made. All of that history. The only reason why we're touching on it is we have a history that we was connected to at one point back when. When we got disconnected from it, they recognized themselves as Indians, but they don't never recognize themselves as Israel.
Right.
That's the thing.
Hey,
Right.
IT, if you can post that image, I just posted the image. I know this is last minute. You know, my apologies on that, but it
perfect.
goes
Let's
to
get it.
what Officer Abraham is bringing out. So you got different type. What it's going to show you is different type of teepees
right.
or different type of places where they dwelt at or where they did worship and things of that nature. You got that image, IT?
And that's heavy. When you pull this up, that's heavy right there.
I don't know if I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying it's heavy because oftentimes Esau's taught us that it's just one type of dwelling we have.
Correct.
But go ahead, else.
Can you blow up the image real quick?
Yeah, it's that middle one right there.
Yeah. So the one he's referring to is that middle one right there. We'll see that
No, down.
the go down one
That
right
one.
there.
Yeah.
Great.
That middle one we usually kind of see that particular one and most like you go to some, what do you call it, the powwows and stuff, what I mentioned, you'll see them have huts like that. That's what they call it. It's called
That's
a
what I
hut.
was looking for. Yes,
Yeah.
the hut. Yes.
And then I remember I went to Puerto Rico, right? Well, went there traveling. I went to a Taino Indian thing they had, like a museum, and they had that as well. They had huts and all that. So if you see to the left, you see what you call an igloo, right? Go to the, I guess maybe to the left. There's an igloo there, you know. So that's what our brothers and sisters, the so-called, what they call Eskimos, but they don't like to be called Eskimo. Eskimos like being called a Negro, a nigger. I'm just for those who don't know, it's a derogatory name, but they have their native tribe names. So that's where they dwelled at, okay, to keep warm and all that. I just wanted to show you the different types, but I'm gonna let Officer Abraham bring out what he
Right, no, that's perfect because a lot of the so-called Native Indian tribes that's up in Canada dwell in a lot of those igloos, or further south in when we start getting to the Gocho Indians with Chile and down there in far South America, they had that when it's cold. But anyways,
hey, real quick, can they get the
image?
Yeah, the link before that. It's just a Google search link just for the fringes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
While we was reading through that, can you read that again, polite, while they pulling that up, just so they can see? Everybody don't know. The Lumbee Indians, the Cherokee, the Blackfoot, they don't know. This is where they got this history from, right here.
Aren't you Lumbee? read on.
Read the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38.
You confounded me. Am I? Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes.
So this is why you have this custom right here. And bid them that they make them fringes
in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Go real quick to Sirach 17 and 11, real fast. This is your heritage. This is your the commandments of God are our heritage. It's more than just constraints on our lives. It's your history, your way of life is also commanded to you. You are expected to keep it.
Sir.
That's how God works. Can you read that?
The book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
So that was the fringes. That's also the booths. That goes to what? The Feast of Tabernacles.
That's right. That's
the children of Israel dwelled in booths. Pull up the booth picture again real fast.
That's
I'll
right.
get right back to you. Yeah, all those things, that's just a small sample.
Right.
But I know y'all got the books. Everything about Gad and Reuben dates back to commandments. Everything they did. They're keeping these things, these heritage. This is their heritage. They kept these things because they were commandments. That's what we did at the Feast of Tabernacles.
That's exactly what we did.
We dwelt in booths. And look at all the varieties. But Esau just have you think we just had all the TP and poverty. No, we had how you say fantastic establishments.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well built too.
You know what's crazy? That bottom right one. We're gonna get to the video. I'm sorry, but hell, the month is about this anyway. So I'm
we
got time.
Whatever. The bottom right one, right? You know, I see that zooming on that. No, bottom right.
Yeah, brother. With your left.
What's going on here? Now you know
That's
what's
Northern Kingdom on the left though.
Hey, you know what's heavy about this right here? That bottom right one shows and proves that America's agricultural industry needed Native Indian infrastructure to be able to do greenhouse planting.
Bring it out.
Because when we go to the country, don't we see a lot of their greenhouses that they make? Now it's plastic now,
Right?
Building structure, but they make a lot of their infrastructures for farming just like that.
Right. And
go ahead.
Yeah, and like what Officer was bringing out too. You know, once you look on, you read in the Bible, it was called booths. He said, "Dwell in booths." But you know, later on they got changed to teepees, okay? Because you read about they took sticks and you know, they had animal hide.
Right.
Just depending where they was at, you know, like you said, like the brothers and sisters in South and Central America and the tropical regions. Guess what? They had like those big old leaves and stuff, you know, to keep the heat and all that stuff out. So they had ways of building, you know, dwelling places. So like that place there on the bottom left, you know, you probably can see a little bit of it, like almost like a little castle. That's what, you know, the Native Americans and Issachar and them dwelt in that type of habitat when they was in the desert. Okay,
Right.
Just wanted to bring those things out.
Hey, IT, throw this picture up. I just sent it to you. It's another example. They're not small dwellings. It's not just impoverished. What some of these books talk about Esau compared us to barbarians.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely getting to
I ain't
that.
gonna take it from you. We'll look at the size of this one. This is a longhouse, Iroquois longhouse. I remember learning about this as a kid. We did
Likewise.
what do you call it? Powwows at school and stuff like that.
Field trips.
Right, field trip, beef jerky. You know, make it through some of the stuff that Gad made. Some of his white folks. So look at that. If you move us off the screen, you see the giraffe.
Take away the picture by picture.
This is the Iroquois longhouse.
That's logs.
Hey,
That's not like
you know,
that's
it's
logs.
Hey, you know, I'm trying to figure it. Like you said, because this is the Iroquois longhouse, What the heck is a giraffe? It ain't no damn giraffe.
I think they're using a giraffe to get a scale.
Oh, to get a
They doing it for scale.
Okay.
Look at the
They see how
roof.
big it is. Okay.
Yeah, he's
I'm about to say, I'm like, shit.
Man, we ain't
Africa.
you know. But hey, real quick.
Yeah,
So
it's huge, man. That's a work of architecture. It look good. It's not nothing. It's
It do.
gonna blow over, man. Go ahead. House.
yeah, hey, we'll go. Let's get the video because we about to talk
Oh,
about this.
you
some
know
more.
what, too?
We're gonna talk about
that
some
thing
more.
looked like a military barracks.
It do.
too.
Dang,
It do.
It do, don't it?
Yeah, I had to get that.
do.
Kalel sent that to me, so I'm going to just give Kalel a shout out on that.
We
But it
bringing
does
that
look
up.
like a
DJ-12
military
figures.
barracks.
We bringing that up.
World
again.
War II barracks.
Y'all hold on to that when we bring that up again. Hey, so check this. So we went to that scripture in Deuteronomy 28, right?
Right.
About how they will be destroyed, how we'll be destroyed. I said they, how we'll be destroyed. We have lack of knowledge, to be mad, groping, and sign the, we want help.
Right.
Right? Okay. There's a process that happened with that before television. And these photos give a good illustration of what makes us bad or what has made us bad, especially in these times. Play that video. Now, hold on. I'm sorry. Just that quick. Now, pause it.
Yeah, you can stop there.
So, all of these images are a description. This is the best way I can explain it. All of these images are a description as to what's wrong with society, how they want to control the population, right? A lot of this is very directed to only a certain group of people.
Absolutely.
Right.
And while we usually talk about so-called African Americans, Haitians, Jamaicans, Native Indians, they were segregated still to this day. Some by choice, some forced. Right? I'm talking about now. I ain't talking about then it was forced for sure. But anyways, watch this. It looks like a man. At first, he seemed normal.
Right.
He had a thought.
Well, he slumped over.
He slumped over.
He's dried up with thirst. Dry bones. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's it. I want y'all.
Malnutrition.
Yeah, I want y'all to help me explain this thing because there's a lot going on
It's
here.
a lot.
He has a thought in his head, but they was like, let's
break it.
let's change that over some time, right? Look at the desks. He's supposed to be in school, right?
Right.
Okay, play on. But wait. No, keep going. Pause.
Well, you look at that.
Would you look at that? Now he graduated. Gradual indoctrination.
And he's still slumped over.
And he still slumped over. Now he don't no longer have a thought. So whatever he was before, because he didn't pay attention to his proper history,
Right.
because he wasn't focusing on what really was going against him,
Right.
now he's nobody.
The hell is this?
Hey, you know what's heavy? Because we've seen this before. But
Uh-huh.
now when I look at it again, when you look at him now that he's graduated and he's sitting in the front, he's never gotten up and done anything.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Never.
He's not in school anymore. There's no book in front of him.
Yeah.
You notice something of that thing that's hanging? He's being hypnotized.
Oh man.
You see that?
Deep right
That
there.
thing,
Oh, wow. Yeah. I
you
didn't
deep
know
on
that.
it.
Tassels.
I ain't
I
seen
missed
that.
that.
Wow.
He's been hypnotized.
Damn.
Hey,
I missed that.
Go this way.
go this way. Hey, you are this. You
Hey.
are this. Just like what's the movie? Get Out. When she
Yeah,
tapped
get
that
out.
damn
Yes, with the cup.
Man.
Tap the cup.
Man, we need that damn gift or something with that.
Yeah.
Hey, I was reading this right here to go with this. Kill the Indian, save the man.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Which was, I'm gonna just read in my own Wikipedia. It's a book, 2004 book, beginning in the 19th century. It traces the history of the United States and Canadian governments establishing Indian boarding schools or residential schools, respectively, where Native American children were required to attend to encourage their study of English, conversion to Christianity, and assimilation to the majority culture.
Hey, you know what?
Sound effect.
Let's send that to IT.
Boom.
Because look, yeah, thank you, by the way. that deserved a bomb. Because that right there, there's a book called The Great Father, made
yep.
by a Jesuit priest. And he talked about that. We're going to use that.
Right.
Because that what we seeing right here, that's what they're doing. Kill the Indian, save the man.
Hey,
if he's a
I'm
man
sending
now, I
this
mean,
to
that's
IT.
barely a man.
There's a part, I want people to see this one part. Go
Another
ahead.
word called program.
Yeah.
Programming, conditioning you. Hey, like they said, like that, it happened to our forefathers. You read about in the Maccabees, they were made a nationality by hands. What hands? The white man.
White man's hands.
That's
The hell is this?
Pale face hands.
Hey,
Hey, throw that up real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all mind real fast. It's the excerpt. I read down to some heavy stuff. You gotta see it.
We're gonna touch it again.
Hit it.
Watch.
Real quick, IT. Just throw it up.
Watch these words.
Just throw it up there. Just throw it up there. All right, there it goes. So I read down to the highlight, where it says beginning in the 19th century. Pala, you can take it from there. Beginning in the 19th century.
Where you at? I'm looking for. Oh, here it
Beginning
goes.
19th century.
Beginning in the late 19th century.
Go ahead.
It traces the history of the United States and Canadian governments establishing Indian boarding schools or residential schools.
Remember, they found bodies underneath them churches and them schools. Dead bodies of children. Come on.
Respectively, where Native American children were required to attend.
That's what we was just looking at. Uh-huh.
To encourage.
I mean, they were already getting taught. You already got taught useful things coming up. But what did the so-called white man do? I'm going to break the mind. I'm going to break the cycle of you being instructed by your fathers. I'm going to teach you what I want you to learn right here. Read.
To encourage their study of English.
I'm going to break you from your... That's why it took a hammer. If y'all been in that video, it was a hammer breaking his mind.
Yep.
It wasn't about adding to it. The book just stayed there open. He broke the Indian man's mind. Read.
Conversion to Christianity.
I'm going to take your tongue, your Hebrew tongue, and I will convert you to white man Jesus. Go ahead. Break
and
your mind.
assimilation to the majority culture.
Which goes into all the things Esau enjoyed. Ultimately, today, homosexuality, murder, abortion. Keep going. The next part is heavy. Come on.
The boarding schools were operated into the 1980s.
We was all around. Right? All else was around. The Indian boarding schools continued until we was born.
So I was born in 79.
Good God Almighty.
Hey.
No, remember Kevin Hart said, damn.
Hey, you know what?
I mean, damn.
I said, damn it. Damn. Wow.
I said, damn it.
Hey, matter of fact, you know what? I got to get it now. So, and I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to get back to it in a second because we don't go nowhere with the video per se. But
we got to finish that part two. There's something else in there.
There's something else. There's a whole bunch in that video. But I got to jump to this because you brought that out and I have to pull it. Go to the photos that I had pulled out with the book. I need the title first. I got to pull it out now. You did it to me. Where it says Francis Paul Pruka, however you say his name.
Why they pulling that up?
The Great Father.
Why they pulling it up? I'm just going to read the rest of it. It said, because the schools often prohibited students from using their native languages and practicing their own cultures, Churchill considers them to be genocidal in intent.
See that?
The devil!
All right, what's this? All right, take us off.
Yeah, that's
What's
public
this?
school.
I want to win here.
That's the public school.
I want to win here if you didn't pull that.
Go ahead.
So what's this? So now this was made, it's going to say it. This is Francis Paul Pruka. I don't know how to say his name. It's called The Great Father. Now there's history in there, right? The Osage Indians, killers of the flower moon and whatnot. There's history in there, right? So it says the United States government and the American Indians. Go to the next, let me see, the next page, right? Now it says, this book was made for the Jesuits of Marquette University, with whom I have lived and worked for many years. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go all the way. Yes, that's Christians. I want you to go to the page. Let me see. Hold on. Where it says Christianity. Christianization. It's going to say page number 9 on it. It's going to look somewhat sideways, unfortunately. I don't know if you can swap it. Yep. All right. Unfortunately, that's sideways. I don't know if we can fix
right
that.
click
Yeah, you can rotate it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Science.
There we go. Science, huh? Wickedness. All right, scroll down. All right, so look. Now, in Christianization, now this was the part that I wasn't going to get into on this particular show, but I had to, right? So, and they broke that light bulb.
Right. Yeah.
And they wanted to institute Christianity.
Right.
Palai, read that for me.
Christianization.
So now this was Jesuit priests that had to share one with another in regards to the Indians that they had to conquer. Now this book was about policies. It has nothing to do with their history. This book is all about their policies, right? Watch this.
The civility toward which the English hoped to bring the savages.
Pause, they called them savages, which that was 2 theories that was out there, right? We can get to that. Go ahead.
Of the New World
Uh-huh.
had as its companion Christianity.
Okay, so they wanted to make them civil by adding in Christianity because they had wanted, that's why you see Christianization. They want to turn the Indians into Christians. Go ahead.
Although the two could be separated in theory, in practice, they were nearly always combined.
They always got to be combined. Go ahead.
Thus, an Englishman promoting colonization in 1583 could speak of doing a most excellent work
Right.
in respect of reducing the savage people to Christianity and civility.
Let's go back to the video.
Damn, son, where'd you find
Yeah,
this?
let's go back to the video.
Reducing.
They
in
redu-
whites only
He
books.
said it. It's a reduction.
Yeah, they want to reduce what they call the savages
Right.
to Christianity, and then when you're Christian, now you're civil.
Now you're sick.
You know that's crazy. So basically, they were of some sort of right mind and education
Right.
of their own.
Yes.
You know, and they reduced them basically because Christianity is slavery. We're
Yes.
reducing them to a lower estate.
Hey, so basically they broke their heritage.
They broke
That's
it.
right. Broke their head.
Snatched their heritage, and I'm gonna give you a heritage with your
Right.
new nationality.
Yeah, they broke them. And you know what? That's why, because Officer Nahum, that's why I had a bit of pushback from our Native Indian brothers about this one thing. When you bring a decent amount of them the Bible, they say, I can't stand that
I can't
Bible.
stand the book.
Yeah.
Because they feel like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
that's what oppressed us. Now, we get the same from our brothers, African-American Jake, right? Judah. We get the same thing from them. But with so-called Native Indians, the reason why they was like, nah, that thing took our land from us.
Right.
It took our heritage from us.
Right.
Like, no, it wasn't that. It was the Jesuits that came with their rendition of the Bible.
Right.
Yeah.
That made it. That's what the show is about. Bringing you back to your nationality.
Right.
That's right.
You know?
The people that repackaged the Bible.
Yeah.
And your heritage, like also said, he broke your heritage and they started you off from when they conquered you. So then they start natives saying you were savages. You couldn't talk. We were just over there mumbling and grumbling. You lived in little stick huts. That same thing they said about Judah. You was over there in mud huts
Yep.
saying you were savages.
So you swing from trees.
And we were your God that brought you intellectualism. We brought you intelligence.
Yeah,
we brought you
yeah,
spirituality.
yeah.
We broke you from your strange God. So no, nigga, you came and oppressed us and introduced idolatry and raped and robbed us blind when we was naked because you took our clothes.
That's why I said we groped that. That's why we groped at noonday.
Right.
Like the blind grope at the
Yes,
dark.
sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
exactly why.
How they savages when they come over here? They playing with diamonds in the sand like marbles.
We gonna get to that. We gonna get to
Hey,
that.
look, hey, and then, like you said, how you savages, you had garments on.
With
Yeah.
gold in it.
Right.
Gold sewn in the
Look,
garments.
Pure leather.
Yeah,
Yes.
pure leather.
The finest.
Right.
The finest leather.
Right.
They had their fringes were glass beads. Yeah. How in the hell? You know how much work and toil you got to do to make glass
Right.
Yeah.
with no machinery?
That's right.
I can
They don't
Melt-
understand.
you gotta melt sand. Hey.
And then on top of that, make it small enough and pleasant enough to the eye for you to sew it on your clothes.
Right.
Man, I'll tell you, man.
something
Let's
else.
play more of
That's
the
our
video.
people, bro.
The video is nowhere near done.
Yeah, let's go into the video. Go
ahead.
Yeah.
We'll never get through.
Play. Okay, next.
School to prison pipeline, boarding schools.
Now, see this one?
Right.
Right.
Pause
there,
it.
Pause it.
Prostitution.
Prostitution.
Yup.
Damn.
The Native Indian community
Bring
has
it
a
out.
big prostitution. They have a big old prostitution network. Huge. And this right here, now it goes for our other sisters too, but I'm talking about you Indians this month. I'm talking about just y'all. So I'm only focusing on y'all. Gadites, Reuben, y'all too. The Seminole Indians. I'm talking about y'all. Big prostitution industry. Some of y'all think y'all African American. Y'all ain't African American.
What?
All they look for, all I see
is.
right there is attention whores.
Right. Attention whore.
Bring it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just like what Tupac said, all eyes on me.
Yeah, all eyes.
on
Yeah,
me.
all eyes.
Yeah.
You know?
That one eye she's seeing on her phone is connected to the million eyes around the world on the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people
TikTok.
don't understand that.
YouTube, so on and so forth. Just all your social media. Now, if y'all notice, I just want to bring this
Yeah,
out
of
this
course.
point here. Like if you notice on all your social media stuff now, you realize. Remember, like a few years ago, you didn't see nothing with no women like half naked or naked. Now you starting to see this thing on Facebook.
The hell is this?
You got to think about it. You got your children.
Yep.
You got everybody's got it. Now this thing is like rampant. It's all over the place. It's even on billboards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just wanted to make that point.
It's pretty much porn on social media now.
It's soft
Yes.
porn. Yeah.
Pretty much that.
It is.
And a lot of them, I'm just being honest, a lot of them is our Northern Kingdom. Listen, I'm on Facebook. I be scrolling through sometimes because a lot of stuff I like to look at. I like to look at a lot of camping and survival stuff, right? I find that interesting. The bushcraft, you know what I'm talking about?
The bushcraft, I've been
When they
looking
do
at that stuff too.
Fun, interesting stuff. I talk about all the time. Some of the brothers know. Now, they have ads that pop up.
Yep.
And out of nowhere, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, I just subscribe to this. I block it. And people too, I block them. For some reason, to scroll, only to find that it comes right back
It's
up.
right back.
Come right back up.
Facebook got a big problem with that.
Yeah.
Hey, YouTube just beat the ad blocker. I can't. Oh God, I'm
Yo.
watching the video. of brothers shirt off, swinging it around. I'm like, what the hell is this? T-shirt ad.
on here?
Yeah, man.
He ain't got no shirt on. His T-shirt ad.
Even if you look at a biblical, like let's say you look up something and you may got an email. I might have had these emails come in, right? And they had like biblical verses. I was liking that thing. If I scroll down just a little bit, it has some sex advertisement. I'm like, what
On the
kind
damn
of-
Bible site.
On the Bible site. I'm like, what the hell?
Hey, I got a little excerpt right here. It says social media in trafficking operations and abuse. We talking about GAD. Well, I just read something else. 40% of sex trafficking survivors that they recovered are Native American.
That is.
Uh-oh.
40%. And they only make up about the white man says 10% of the population. We know it's bigger than that. They say they're a small amount of the population, but 40% of them are getting sex trafficked.
Yep. Where's the bombs?
Hey, where the bombs at? Hey, look, like what you just mentioned, you said 40%, and you got to remember what Officer Abraham said, right? He said there's a lot of so-called African Americans, like what I thought I was. Some of them are Native Americans. Then, just to put the icing on the cake, our Hispanic brothers, they're Native Americans. They're Native Americans of that land of South, Central, and the Caribbean islands, okay? Just want to bring that out to you, okay? So it's a big number that goes in with that.
That's heavy. I want to play the video, but that's heavy because it's true. The Hispanics, y'all are classified as Native Indians.
Right.
I'm going to say it again. You Hispanics are classified as Native American Indians. Y'all were together with GAD, what we call, y'all just like to isolate them and say they're the Native Indians. No, y'all were Indians too. Let's name some. Cherokee.
Right.
Osage. Right. What's the name of that one that's over here? The Okanichi. Okanichi. We have them. Let's name some other popular ones. Aztec.
Right.
Gocho Indians. Inca.
Right. Mayans.
Mayans. That's all Native Indians. Taino.
Yep.
That's all Native Indians. Okay.
They didn't all die off.
Yeah.
Y'all are the descendants of them.
Yes.
The so-called Hispanics. You are descendants of those native tribes. Okay. So keep that in mind. That's what he's bringing out.
That's crazy how they separate them because they literally was living right next to each other. Like,
Yeah, they were right there.
Especially Issachar and Gad. They was like right next to each other.
Looking like one another.
Yeah, now we different people.
Now we're different people.
That's crazy.
Get out of here.
Let's play the rest of
Play
this
a
video.
video. I'm going to read this while it's playing. It says, traffickers also use social media to impersonate victims, spread damaging
Perfect
rumors.
timing. Pause.
Impersonate victims, spread damaging rumors. Pause it. Pause it.
Pause meant run it back.
Yeah, right there. It says traffickers also use social media to impersonate victims, spread damaging rumors, distribute intimate images, or stalk a victim's account activity even after they have left the trafficker. So they do that to maintain control of the victims and to recruit new victims.
You know
They
what?
use social media. It's a portal.
You know what? To that, what? Very next one. Watch this. That was right on time.
Right.
Watch this. Oh, TV.
Well, you look at that.
Oh, would you look at
That's
that?
a deep one right there.
Hey, so yeah, remember who had a big nose that used to lie all the time? Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our people. Our people getting fed lies through television. I mean, what is it? Television, and he's speaking his hypocrisy, democracy. You know, all that crap is being embedded in your brain. Not you believe everything they say. You know, so like when we go out there and we teach on the street, and the one biggest lie is what? Jesus Christ is Caucasian.
Right.
So you show them in the Bible that Christ is a so-called black man. Oh, they argue you down.
Right.
Nah, my mama said this. Nah, on TV. Yeah, on TV, that's what you see portrayed out there to make you believe that's that Pinocchio nose sticking through your brain.
Right. You know something else? Make it threefold. Who got long noses and run the media?
Chew the cud.
Those people.
It's
The hat man.
Jewish.
Yeah, the hat man.
That's it.
Hey, all
Amalek.
three of those things we saw is a control.
Every last
The
one.
media, the school system, all of that.
Every last one.
Every last one of them. That's the face of the serpent we getting fed from.
Right. Go back. Let's play. We got to move on through it. Come on. It's just heavy. Like even that. Pause. A lot of kids get destroyed by this right here. Move our thing off the screen. They're trying to see the whole thing.
Yeah, they gotta see that.
Yeah. A lot of children get destroyed by something as simple as an argument.
Yeah, what's depicted here is the parents are outside the bedroom arguing, and they're instead of having a head, they're just mouths, big giant mouths. You can't even tell who's the man or the woman.
You can't.
No.
Impossible.
And then in the child is sitting on the bed in the room, drooped over, and his head is just an ear.
Listening.
And from the looks of it, it's probably late.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably late. He or she is hearing everything they are saying
Yep.
and is ruining that child's spirit.
That's
And,
all they do.
and them arguments, things get said between the parents.
Yeah.
And then they now look at either parent on both sides. They look at them strange.
Right.
Now this child got PTSD.
Yeah.
Right.
Post-traumatic stress disorder. Now
Right.
this kid grow up and possibly may continue that cycle. Well, I ain't gonna say possibly will continue
Will
that cycle
continue, yes.
and do the same thing. Well, he'll marry him a woman that's crazy. That's all controlled, and that man that's all controlled. Guess what? They're gonna bump his like a ram, and they're gonna argue, fuss, and fight, and they're gonna keep recycling. This goes on in all Black, Hispanic, and Native American communities.
Right.
All in the ghettos, the projects, and the reservations.
That's right.
It's a product of that poverty, and children internalize that stuff as their fault.
Right.
That the
Yes.
parents
Bring it out.
You know why they do that? Because the parents, a lot of times, you gotta even ask yourself this.
Yes.
When we argue and we know the kids are there, don't things get said just because that kid is there? Don't things get said to kind of make try to sway that kid? Like that's why you listen, don't pay dad no attention. He's just mean. Stuff like that gets said. All that kind of little stuff. I remember growing up, that kind of SH got thrown around my house all the time.
All the time.
And it's cause I'm in the audience and they're trying to win. Cause you're not gonna win with each other. They're trying to win, but it's like, who does the kid think win? We childish, so we trying to get the kid on our side.
Yep.
In arguments, not us repentant Israelites, not us with control of the household, but in the world, that's what's going on.
That's exactly what's going
A lot
on.
of time, the kid is the prop. You know what I'm saying? Or the bargaining tool, or the punishment. Well, I'm gonna take my kid and leave. Well, me and the kid gone. The hell with you?
You know what? I'm about to go to a level, right? I'm about to go with you on that. That's fire. Because let's go. So now, you Native Indians, some of y'all, because of your tradition, have arguments inside of probably your own villages or your own reservations about which tradition you should follow and your kids are listening.
Yep.
What?
I'm going to tell you something. Your tradition that you grew up here in America, dead wrong.
Right.
The tradition about them want to go back into the world, dead wrong.
Right.
The only tradition that you should be following is this book right here.
That's
The Bible. Yes, sir. That's how. Matter of fact, real quick, First Maccabees 2:19 and 20.
Bring it out.
Now,
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 19.
Let's go.
For the victory. Oh, that's chapter 3. I apologize.
2:19.
2 verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him.
So all the nations under the king in this day and age is Esau, the white man that colonized you. Go ahead.
And fall everyone from their religion.
And for everyone from their religion, go
of
ahead.
their fathers.
Read.
And give consent to his commandments.
That's what everybody does. We shouldn't do that. And it's about to say, come on.
Yet will I and my sons.
Yeah, well, I and my children
and my brethren
and my brothers
walk in the covenant of our fathers.
And that's a God's law. That's what we supposed to walk in. Not that Native Indian garbage you came over here thinking that was all good. And that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it. Not going back into the world and thinking that what America is offering is better. That ain't it. God's laws is what we're supposed to be following. The covenant of
That's
our
right.
forefathers. All right? I want to add that in there. I just had to
Yeah, it's fine.
I like that.
slide that.
That's fine.
Did you read down 21?
Let's go.
Yeah.
You
Verse
21.
Verse 21.
Yeah.
God forbid
God forbid.
that we should forsake the law and the ordinance.
God forbid we leave our heritage. God forbid. That's all I want to add.
Oh, hold on. Read
there's
verse
more?
22.
Yeah, here we go.
22.
We will not
Don't stop.
hearken
We said we will not listen.
to the king's words to go from our religion.
Our religion is this Bible.
That's right.
Which is the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Your history,
You're on point.
that's your heritage. Read
either on the right hand
Either on Esau's side,
or the left.
wherever you scattered about, and the other nations and garbage religions that they're in.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
That's rebellion right there. We're going to rebel against the king.
Right. There's a lot of chunk inside. A lot
Hey,
of
you wanna
little
keep
meat inside that
reading.
thing. Now,
Yeah.
let's play.
Is that one that wants the social media attention? They can go, I can get out of the poverty with this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you said something. Now say it again. You said something.
Get out of poverty doing those things like social media. Is that one?
It's that one. What's it called? OnlyFans. I can get out of poverty if I do the OnlyFans.
You know
and
what?
then guess what? You sex trafficked.
You know what? See, we ain't getting through the video. Hey,
Oh, yeah, go ahead back.
Go to
That's the
Jeremiah.
push.
No, because he got me started. Go to Jeremiah 18.
You're going to have to do another part.
Yeah.
You got all month, man.
Yeah, we got all month.
Jeremiah 18 and
Jeremiah 18, I think it's verse 10. Start with that.
Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 10.
Come on.
Bring it out.
If it do evil in my sight,
No. Jump down. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look. 12.
verse 12. And they said,
Now, the they is talking about us. Watch this.
there is no hope,
There's no hope. We're poor. We're impoverished. Go ahead.
but we will walk after our own devices.
OnlyFans, prostitution, social media, TikTok. Go ahead.
And we will everyone do the imagination of his evil heart.
That's what he said. That's what he said that we would wind up doing. What's the next verse say? Come on.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord,
Read.
as he now among the heathen,
Read.
who have heard such things,
Read.
the virgin of Israel have done a very horrible thing.
And that's getting rid of our heritage and forsaking that stuff. Going into things are wicked imaginations like, but OnlyFans or prostitution, gambling.
Gambling. Big on gambling.
My
Yeah.
body will get me out of
Yeah,
this.
that's how I can get out of my poverty.
Right.
Better stop that.
Can I read verse 15?
The hell
Yes,
is
sir.
this?
Verse 15. Because my people have forgotten me.
Yeah,
That's
Heavy.
what happened right there. That's their main goal, is to make us forget who our God is, okay? They want you to think that they are your God, Reed.
They have burned incense to vanity. And they have caused them to stumble in their ways from
So-
the ancient past.
From the ancient past. That's what we reading here. These are the ancient past. This is that Romans 15:4 right here. Y'all read that on your own. You know, this is the ancient past that we got to walk in. This is how we're going to walk upright. This is how we're going to have love amongst our community.
Right. That's good stuff.
That's fire.
Good stuff right
That's
there.
the ancient past. Not again, Native Indian stuff. That ain't the ancient
Ain't
past.
the ancient past.
Right.
Y'all can't agree on what it is.
And that's coming from a real so-called Native Indian.
Right.
Let's go. Let's finish the video, man.
Was that also really what he was doing? Just put your hand over his head.
Yeah, I went like
Said
this.
real. He
Nah,
agreed.
nah,
He agreed
it's over
too.
there. Go ahead. I'm gonna try to play through it. Smoking, stop doing it. Weed and whatever it's
Hey,
saying.
pause, hey,
Oh, that's
pause
a lot
real
of
quick.
things, bro.
Escapism.
Yeah, see, we can't get.
I'm just going to touch on just a little bit of thing. You know, this going to we defiling our body. So it's
Right.
good that you touched this.
Yes.
Because guess what? Because we in the state of North Carolina, right? So North Carolina is known for tobacco. Tobacco.
Right.
Esau made a lot of money on our people, and they had Gad out there picking tobacco.
That's right.
And that was a big thing. But Gad had, people don't know, tobacco was used of a medicine. It was for municipal purposes.
That's exactly what it's
the
used
medical-
for. I ain't know
if you
that.
got
And
sick,
since-
huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, if you got sick or something like that, you would. It was something that you would do to it to consume, make a tea that I guess helped to induce, like you had a vomit or something like that. It did something else, but we were never supposed to smoke it.
That's it.
To inhale it. Okay,
That's
so
right.
Now our people develop lung cancer, right?
Right.
Throat cancer,
Right.
Also go into marijuana. Now they passing all these marijuana laws,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got what
hell
do they
is
call
this?
it? Hemp.
Yeah,
These hemp,
CBD and all that.
CBD, all that place. But go ahead, though. Go ahead.
But even that,
Don't learn
right?
today.
The tobacco, because that's a good point. I had researched this not long ago. We also used it for like a scent.
Yeah.
You can mix that with some like
Yes.
Hey.
yeah. You can mix like a lot of the colognes and perfumes that have tobacco in it be smelling.
That's
Hey.
that badge of manly dignity.
telling you.
Hey, I
Deacon
got
Joshua.
Hey, I got this. I'm gonna make this go fast real quick. I know we press for time, but I had bought this candle from Kirkland's. I think Kirkland's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It had that tobacco one. I said, where can I get some more of that tobacco thing? They say it come in every so many seasons or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, that thing smells so good, so good.
We use that thing because it's like what they call it. Start with an A.
Aromatherapy.
That's it.
Aromatherapy.
It's a aromatherapeutics that go inside that thing, man. I'm telling you. But not smoking it ain't aromatherapy.
No.
Nah.
Smoking ain't gonna do it.
No. It's different.
You know,
and then plus they got it dipped in all kinds of extra carcinogens to kill you.
You know? So let's play on. There's a lot in this, brothers and sisters.
Trying to get away.
Unnecessary. Pause it. What did I say earlier?
Unnecessary
Pressure.
unnecessary pressure.
That's it. Unnecessary pressure on a child.
Check your children. My kids, most people I speak to whose kids are in what's the name? Cyber academies.
Yeah.
Homeschool at home, like, because we you know, being in school is a damn devil. We gotta pull them out the school system.
Teach them ourselves.
Teach them ourselves. But then what we do, we put them in the public school from home system. And you know what? They'll be on that damn computer all day and all night on unnecessary busy work. Most of school, you know, is busy work.
Emotional.
Think about it. When you in school, was it worksheets for the same damn problem? You don't figure it out first two. You got to do the whole spreadsheet. You got to do the whole sheet to figure out one thing. They got this convoluted math where they do what they call it?
It doesn't matter.
What they call the new math? I can't remember. But it's no longer 2 plus 2. It's like, well, if 2 is 2, then you take 2 and then multiply it by another 2 and divide by 1.
Frame. It's in the 10 space. And you
Yes, in a 10 space.
draw the
They
little triangles out of the 10. Yeah.
That
make it needlessly complicated to confound Black and Hispanic and Native Indian children.
and you know, the education
Common
system
Core,
is
that's it.
suspicious.
Common
Yes.
Core.
Okay. Common what?
Common Core.
I never heard of that.
You gonna hear it soon with your daughter.
Yeah.
You gonna learn today?
Hey,
I hate that. That was a downer.
hey, nah, look. But we used to we do the Cyber Academy, right? The first year when my daughter was in it, when we first started, it was just they just give you the curriculum and you teach them yourselves at home and you just turn into work.
Right.
My daughter learned so much
I'd
that
rather
first
it that
year.
way.
Yeah.
Now it's like they have to sit in the classes and it just be a tremendous waste of time. A lot of that.
Yeah, I'd rather it that way. So listen, there's a lot of us that have skills and we need to have our own schools.
Right.
We gotta separate away from that.
That's
Otherwise, our
right.
kids are gonna continually try to look at vain hopes.
Right.
They're gonna keep on doing it.
And if you look, it shows it's not just learning. It's a
Yeah.
lot of extracurriculars. I see sports medals.
I see a piano.
Yeah, piano. There ain't nothing wrong with playing instruments, but when you deal with sports, unnecessary as hell. A lot of injuries. None of y'all going pro. Only about one out of 1,000.
I was gonna bring that up.
ahead.
I was talking to this one young kid. He told me he blew his knee out. I'm like, how you blow your knee out already? So he had to stop playing sports and work more on his academics. You know, I was like, how you blow your? You know, you hear about like professional sports, like basketball, football players getting hurt, but hey, this thing happened at an early age.
right.
Wear and tear on your body.
Right.
Hey, everybody. Oh, go ahead, Oscar.
No, I'm sorry, but you know what that remind me of? Back, like, all right, to the Native Indians still, right? In New York, they have found the body of a 9-year-old child underneath I think it was the Twin
Wall
Towers.
Street.
Wall Street, something like that. I don't know. They found the dead body and remains.
Yeah.
Somewhere in New York, and they had noticed that he had no gristle because his bones was grinded together from too much labor. That sounded a lot like that to me.
Yeah.
When his knee blew out because of sports.
That's
crazy.
ridiculous.
Look, hey, almost everybody has that high school football game where somebody got paralyzed on the field. Almost everybody has that same story.
Yeah.
All around America.
Yes. You know. So hey, let's go ahead and play on. We didn't get to the books yet. Don't get it twisted. You sisters better stop that. I don't see too many black sisters do that, but you know what? Still,
Nah, not too
Yeah,
bad.
there's some that do it. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
the men go through brain drain. Let's try to play through it. It's gonna be difficult. But men go through brain drain, needlessly killing the animals in the earth.
She's a fast ass.
It's for
Yeah,
a
she
cause.
fast.
I think
And you
her breasts are
sisters-
recycled.
You
I think
sisters
it's-
that want money, there's only one way to get it. Apparently, Paul.
Look at that.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something else. That's something else right there.
Yeah, you want the
see
money.
that
That's
at
what you're
work?
gonna get.
Hey, you see that at work? That's
Right.
going in the military. They're going everywhere. All job positions. You see a lot of the women. That's how a lot of them get up in position.
That's
In
right.
most cases, they suck off who they want to suck off.
threw it out there.
Whom they hey, I'm just gonna put it
It's
out
what
there.
it is,
'cause
man.
everybody
Yeah.
can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? As far as they seen this in their job or wherever they've been at. This what goes on around the world.
Sleeping to the top. And that's black women.
Notice how she dressed.
Hispanic and Native American.
That's right.
Yeah, notice how she dressed.
But it's a shame.
You sisters that hate correction, notice how she dressed.
Right.
The hell is this?
Y'all know it's true. The reason why I think the reason why a lot of y'all get mad at at brothers correcting how y'all dress because you know it ain't right.
to make it to the top.
Yeah, you know it ain't right. You know you ain't gonna get no man
top.
looking the way you look.
When they get all the way to the top too,
You Indians.
they just be more depressed.
They
It
get
ain't
up-
nothing up there.
Let them make it to the top to be on top.
Hey.
Next.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Slave to the dollar, you brothers, sisters, Indians, all of us.
Hey, what's that scripture? Hold that real quick. You know that scripture about money, the root of all evil?
Yes, sir.
Get that real quick. Just real
Bring it
fast.
out.
And just showing this is what a lot of our people are slave to the dollar, like
Yes.
you said.
Right.
I'm gonna bring this out fast, dog. I know
Yeah,
we got a lot. This thing here is
It's a
just so
lot.
heavy right here alone.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
You can do, hey, you can
I'm
do a
looking at
whole
all
thing on
kinds
this.
of stats. Hey, real quick, they had a survey. We talking about sleeping to the top. It said results found that most people have not slept with their bosses. 40% of more than 1,000 employees who were surveyed admitted. So 40% out of 1,000 is 400, right?
Yep.
400 employees admitted to having been attracted to their workplace superiors.
The hell
It
is
says
this?
27% of women and 28.1% of men have actually gone through the deed. And of those, almost 40% did more than once. So they're doing it on the job. They've proven it statistically. That's the ones that admitted it.
Right.
That's what's going on.
Them
That's why there's a
numbers are
lot of black women in high positions and Hispanic, Native American. They're not married, but they're getting it off. What are they doing?
Some
in
of
that?
them is married.
Oh yeah, some of them is married,
Right.
But they get it off at the job,
Yeah.
and that's how they. I'll make so much money. I don't need no man because you sleep with your boss.
Exactly.
While he can use you, then he gonna move on to the new.
Treat you
employee.
like a wet
Bring it
rag
out.
until he get that new secretary.
Right.
What's gonna happen? Now you're gonna be a janitor.
Right.
Sir. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
So what we saw in the last thing with the sister that was climbing up to the top. Now we see the brother. You know, he's over here. He'll die for that money.
Right.
So like what's his name? Like 50 Cent said, "Get rich or die
Yeah,
trying."
that's right. That's
So is it more?
Yes, sir. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith
Right.
and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Right, many songs, all these different bad deeds, all these things you're going to do to be desperate because you're so covenant to be like this one. I want to be like him. I want to have the best thing of a matter of fact, they do any damn thing. They kill their own damn mama. Just
That's
for a
right.
dollar.
Their own damn mom.
And they definitely do it. The two girls had killed their dad over not allowing them to have a.
On TikTok,
Yeah, that's it.
like do TikTok dances. They was making money. I
You
remember
know.
that. They black.
Yeah. Yeah, they were black. Go ahead, play on.
Pierce yourself.
Hey, this one, don't put us up. So this one right here, pause it. I had to think about that one for a while.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Deep.
Yeah, this one's deep.
That's not kid and play. Nah.
Oh, it's not.
So check this out. The corporate superpowers are young. They're the ones that build the buildings. They're the ones that get the infrastructure rolling, the city planners, the architects, the whatever. They're the ones who control things. Meanwhile, the average citizen, primarily, I'm telling you, primarily us, the average citizen, however, which we ain't really that, but even that, we have to go through 65 years of working to get retirement.
Right.
Only to still bleed our pockets out for a little. And then they still get rich and they're young. They ain't nowhere near retirement.
Right.
The hell is this?
And the way you know it ain't the white man's because look at the color of the people that got the young people.
Yeah.
You know they support their family. They support their father.
Hey, look, the key thing is not only just the color, who owned the Diamond District?
Right.
Who owned the banks? Who owned all that stuff?
suspicious.
Issues.
You don't find that suspicious?
I found that in them
Who is
issues.
it?
It's Screamly.
What's his name?
Rosenberg? What's
Rothschild?
That is the right. What's their nationality?
the issues.
Dog.
Don't you find that the issues?
You had some pliers?
Oh yeah, I was just about to say. I was watching what's that? Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a little breakdown of that book, and it was talking about the rich. Their mindset is they work for their time, while the poor work for money.
Damn.
What they're doing, they dangle that in front of him. He wasted all his time chasing money and not going nowhere. Meanwhile, they value their time more than anything. So they'll use your time to preserve theirs.
Exactly. I'm telling you. I have a job that's doing that to me right now. That's another story.
We all do.
Praying for you.
So play on. We're gonna have to take a break in a second. Try to finish this out. trying to be fake. Which face should she put on today?
Since you don't have
Fake
people now.
Representative.
Representative. Same thing, representative.
Everybody miserable.
Yeah, everybody miserable.
They front on social media.
Trying to go against the grain. Everybody going one way. You trying to finally have a thought. It's obstacles. All right, so
You get
excellent.
ostracized when that
Pause that. That was a good video right there.
Yeah, it was very good.
However, we are going to take a break and pause right here. So those of y'all that are on the WGAI radio show, we appreciate you joining.
Right.
If you want the full content, come to IUIC Raleigh on YouTube and subscribe. We have video. You can see what we was talking about. You can actually see faces towards what you've been listening to for a while.
Right.
Come to the
That's
channel
right.
and subscribe, and you will not be disappointed in the info.
All
right.
Oh,
You got anything that y'all want to add before we take this break?
Nah.
No, sir.
All right. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be back shortly after this. All right. Welcome back.
That's
we
right.
done. We done with the break. We done with the
yeah.
break.
All praise.
All praise. So hey, that first little hour that we had went over a very interesting video.
Right.
That we need to revisit for one more photo.
We got to get back
That's
to it.
right.
We ain't done with it.
One more.
We missed something.
Yeah.
Missed something heavy.
Some kind of heavy. One more. Run it again. Look at that. Look at the top. Who sees it?
Hey, we're not gonna play the video.
Yeah,
before we
play
just
it
take the
5
disclaimer.
seconds.
Yeah,
Take
it kinda ruined
take it
this.
back 5
Go
seconds.
ahead.
Give me 5 seconds. Give me 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That helps them to see what we're seeing.
Kind of ruined it. I already said it.
I'm trying to cover for them.
You trying to cover?
Dun, 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 dun.
Mamma mia.
Play it. So that's a child with the weight of the world. Oh, go back.
Go back. You missed it.
So that's all the. Damn it.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, man.
All right, that's good enough. That's good
Yeah.
enough. Hold it. That's the weight of the world. All the, like you said earlier, officer, unnecessary. Say it again.
Unnecessary. What did I say?
Pressures.
Pressures.
I forget that every time.
On the adolescents, the children. Among which is schoolwork, some of that like Common Core, unnecessarily complicated, standardized testing, unnecessarily
Yep.
complicated. Then you have sports, you have medals and awards that don't mean a damn thing. It's Greekish fashions, to hell with it. Then at the top of the unnecessary pile of garbage, the Christian cross, the devil the Bible speaks.
Yeah.
You know what? And this thing here, this thing get pushed on a child at a very, very young. They're born into that.
Yep.
Because their clothing have some of those symbols and sports, basketball, football, all this type of stuff.
What the hell?
And guess what? As they grow up, all this stuff is just formed in them. And guess what? They become conditioned
Yep.
to that.
You're
gonna learn
And over
today.
time, they become monsters.
Right.
You know. So we just want to show that. Oh, you had some? No.
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, hey, what? You know what's crazy? What happens with a child when you put all that pressure on them and they don't accomplish what you expected of them? They go to start drinking.
Yep.
They smoke. They
Nowadays they commit suicide.
they do. Yeah. Or what's the words you can't say on it? Or they delete other
themselves.
kids.
Yeah. You can't even say that, can you? You got to say
Yeah.
delete yourself or unalive yourself.
Yeah, I'm not
because it
saying
happens so
that.
much.
I'm not saying that.
But that's how common it is. They have like a filter so you don't see the problem that's going on with our youth. But young black men killing themselves because the standards are too high. You
Right.
can't get a girl, which is fornication.
Yep.
Right.
Then you're not good. You're not making varsity.
Yep.
Then you depressed over that. Your grades, you're not in AP English and AP Spanish or whatever. You depressed about that, man. Come on, man.
Look, you
It's
ain't
all
part of the
garbage
clique.
anyways.
Look, you ain't part of the clique at the school.
You ain't
Then
part of-
then you become an outsider.
Right.
You know where you're
what I'm
welcome?
saying?
The Christian church.
The Christian
Hey,
church.
all right, we about to move on, but yeah, you know it's crazy. Even with that, right? You can bring it to all of that math and whatnot. Just for example, you can give somebody a basic equation or a basic problem. I mean, in stuff we use in the world, loans in regards to that and whatnot. You give them something basic. Hey, solve this for me. Be lost.
Be lost.
You be
Right,
like,
right.
Like, see, all this BS that you in here learning is just a filtering process to see who's focused. That's all. That's all. It
Yeah,
was.
don't know nothing about an APR, nothing like that.
None of that. No, yeah. Balance your checkbook. None of that. You know, how to stop spending money, what savings is, what insurance you need to get, life insurance.
Right.
What's the difference between dental and medical? You don't
Get
know
a
none
patent,
of that.
something like
Right.
Yeah.
A LLC. They ain't teach you nothing about that.
They teaching their kids though.
Right. They teaching their
Some of them ain't got no driver's license. Some of them ain't even get driver's ed.
You know, so hey,
Then when they become an adult, they ain't got no damn car.
They ain't got no car.
Start the whole video back over.
hey, nah.
Run it back from the top.
Run it back from the top.
No.
So let's go ahead and continue on. We had all right. Here we go. Again, we're talking about the native Indians who God calls Gad and Reuben.
Right.
Right. There was a movie that came out 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2
I want to say
About a month ago.
about a month ago or so. Okay, so yeah, that sounds fair. About a month ago, called "Killers of the Flower Moon." Now I have a lot of history up in that thing. A lot of stuff was going on around that time. Now this was, I want to say, a little after Andrew Jackson, not too far after.
Yeah.
But still, they have some relevant history inside that thing. And since the movie gave us some level of imagery, we're going to play the trailer for you. So, those of y'all who are on the George Gregory WGAI, if you want to see the trailer, because this is a pre-recording, right? However, I know that on there it will be live. If you want to see the trailer, then come to IUIC Raleigh YouTube channel. All right, yet another plug. Come on to the channel.
You know, on the channel, subscribe too.
Come and subscribe. Come to the YouTube channel so you can watch it. But in the meantime, we'll come back to you once we add on to the commentary. But for those of y'all on YouTube, since it's pre-recorded, let's go ahead and play.
Shake it out.
Leonardo DiCaprio been doing a lot of period pieces lately, like The Revenant and stuff like that.
Play.
Like he trying to cleave.
Whose land is this?
Volume.
My land. Well, our war hero has arrived. You made a good choice coming back here. Osage are the finest, wealthiest, and most beautiful people on God's earth. They outsmarted everybody. They have the say who gets the oil. Son, I got a question. You like women? That's my weakness.
Say, pause it real quick.
That damn devil.
So check it, right? Now, there was a period of time where the Osage people were poor and it was going through hardship because they had just got colonized, you know, honestly, a few hundred years ago. But all of them wasn't taken over at the time. They were taken over. However, their land that they had, they wound up striking oil, black gold.
Right.
Black gold.
They got that thing, and the whites realized that they had no land rights or none of that stuff to that because, you know, they had men like Geronimo and other chieftains and so on and so forth that fought for them to keep their own plots.
Right.
They struck black gold, and then the whites was like, you know what, we need that oil. That's ours. Now, that's when you see on here, he said, do you like women? The plot thickens, right? Yeah. He said, so I didn't watch it. I know our Gadite brother over here, Officer Nahum, he saw it, but I know of the history of it. That's why I can speak on it just a bit.
What?
He was like, hey, so you like women? There's going to be marriage that comes. Now, marriage is political. When the male marries the woman, politically speaking, and countrywide speaking, however you want to say it, he has the right to whatever she had.
Right.
It belongs to him now.
That's right.
Right? So, play on. Let's see. Come on.
Well, we mix these families together, and that estate money flows the right direction. It'll come to us.
See?
Shomikasi. That's how you are.
I don't know what she said, but it must have been Indian for handsome devil.
Know his character.
Man, our sister, simple as hell.
Bruh.
Why did you come here?
Good question.
For the oil. Oh, I mean,
I work with my uncle.
You scared of him?
Oh, he's the nicest man in the world. The Osage, their time is over. We got to take back control of our home. I was sent down from Washington, D.C. to see about these murders.
We have so many deaths, we've lost count.
This is bad luck. Seems more like an epidemic than bad luck to me.
Oh, epidemic. He's murdering them.
Osage is dying by the enemy. Do not let them die alone.
See that? By the enemy.
Pause. Can we get a script or two?
Yeah, go ahead.
It said the Osage is dying by the enemy. Sirach 12 and 10.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10.
He's saying who he is. Go ahead.
Never trust thine enemy.
That's the lesson to be learned. Just from the trailer off gate. I ain't seen it either. Never trust your enemy. Come on.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Read on, because eventually he gonna reveal himself. Read.
Though he humble himself.
Though he want to marry you. Though he flirting with you. A handsome devil. The devil part, yeah. Read.
And go crouching. Yet take good heed.
Watch that.
Yeah,
eat a mic. Come on.
And beware of him.
Beware of him. Come on.
And thou shalt
That's why she was asking questions. Why are you here? Beware of him. Check his motives.
The wisdom came in there for a second.
For a second.
And thou shalt,
I know, Nail, you got something on there also. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
All right, that's it. You drop that.
Yeah, I want to add this right here because remember you was talking about the marriages. So give me Deuteronomy 7 and 3 real quick.
Bring our image up full, because believe it or not, that's all I wanted with the trailer. That's all you wanted? Yeah, that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna show you right there. Like you said, never trust thy enemy. What it just said there. We read in Sirach 12, right? So now God telling us wherever we go, wherever we dwell at, because you're gonna always have other people around you. He said, don't make marriages with them. Read.
Right.
You're going to learn today.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Right, because that's what happened there. Esau was marrying the Native American women. Read.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Right, because even the man, we ain't supposed to be marrying them. Why? Read.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Right, because they're going to lead your kids astray. They're going to raise up your kids to be like them. Read.
That they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against thee and destroy thee suddenly.
Right. So when you watch that movie, you'll see exactly what that scripture is talking about. So I'm gonna make the movie suspense for you, so you figure it out, or you can read the story.
Yeah, that's it.
All praise.
Hey, so with that, right? Now let's dig in a little bit with some words, some books. Go to number 3. Let's start here. Go to number 3. Link. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, the Indian Removal Act. There's a lot that played into this, right? Andrew Jackson. Palaia, if you would do me the honor.
Yes, sir. The Indian Removal Act. The Indian Removal Act was signed into law by President Andrew Jackson.
The devil.
The devil the Bible.
Go ahead.
On May 28th, 1830.
Right.
Authorizing the president to grant unsettled lands west of the Mississippi.
West of the Mississippi.
In exchange for Indian lands within existing state borders.
Right. So. Now, the Osage, they was in Oklahoma. So it says, authorize the president to grant unsettled lands, right? That's a lie, but okay. West of the Mississippi in exchange for Indian lands within the existing state borders. Now, there's something I found out about this, right? There's a guy called the secretary, or his job position was called the Secretary of Interior.
Yep.
What? He's the devil. The devil. Like above levels, he's the devil.
The devil
now,
among devils.
Yeah, among devils. And I got some stuff on him. We gonna get to it. Watch. Come on.
Yes, sir. A few tribes went peaceably, but many resisted the relocation policy.
So many resisted that, right? Okay. Remember this, because we definitely gonna come back to it. Come on.
During the fall and winter of 1838 to 1839,
go ahead.
The Cherokees were forcibly moved west by the United States government.
It's gonna say, go ahead.
Approximately 4,000 Cherokees died.
That's a lie. It's way more.
On this forced march.
Way more.
Which became known as the Trail of Tears.
Right, the Trail of Tears.
The hell is this?
Now, go ahead.
It's no coincidence. They did that in winter, fall and winter, the coldest times of the year.
Yep.
They forcibly relocated. That's crazy.
Horrible demon. Scroll down. Watch this. So now I want you to know something. Go look. It says this collection contains congressional publications from 1774 to 1875, including debates, bills, laws, and journals. All right. So in February, let me look. Yeah. So the removal west of the Mississippi River, 1830. Right. Now when you scroll down. That's February 22nd, 1830. Scroll down just slowly. It's saying it was debated in the Senate from February 22nd, still the same year. Go down. And then when you get to December 6th, 1830, read that part.
December 6th.
Well, read May 28th first.
May 28th, 1830. The Indian Removal Act was signed into law by President Andrew Jackson.
Then in December 6th,
December 6, 1830, President Andrew Jackson outlined his Indian removal policy in his second annual message to Congress.
Go ahead.
Jackson's comments on Indian removal began with the words, "It gives me pleasure
you're the devil.
to announce that to Congress that the benevolent policy of the government."
The benevolent mean like it's like when it's benevolent. What's that word mean?
Good.
Good. I felt like I want to say jubilant, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Bring it out.
Like happy.
Like it has good intentions.
Yeah, like good intentions. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna look it up. It says well-meaning and kindly.
Yeah, thank you. That's the word. Kindly. I was thinking about that. Well-meaning, kindly. The benevolent policy. Kind policy. The happy policy.
Happy
words.
genocide.
Huh?
Yeah, that sound familiar.
Yeah.
I want to get a clip after you did that.
Of course.
It sounds familiar.
Of course. Watch. Go ahead.
Steadily pursued for nearly 30 years.
It's steadily pursued for nearly 30 years. That's all the way up into the 60s. Now, the Osage, if I'm remembering correctly, happened around the 1860, 69, around there. Help me out.
1829.
Was it the 20s?
You talking about it was it was the early 1900s.
Early 1900s?
It went all the way up to about the 1920s.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, Andrew Jackson, his thing happened, right? 1830s. And then it happened over the space of 30 years. So around 1860, you saw even more of this going on. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Steadily pursued for nearly 30 years.
Right.
In relation to the removal of the Indians beyond the white settlements is approaching to a happy consummation.
Happy consummation. Because it was beyond the white settlements. Lands that were not settled in the western part. But in the western, think about it. Before we took the break, and for those of y'all on the George Gregory radio show, the previous episode, I got you. Then we bring out that the Hispanics also are Native Indian.
Yes.
Now, on the eastern, if you cut the country in half, on the eastern side and up in Canada, mostly was Gad, Reuben, right? But on the western side and then on the coastal down that way, who was that?
Was it Gad Reuben?
Yeah, Gad and Reuben, but who else? It was
Issachar.
Issachar, right? Yeah, Issachar, Zebulon. But they said the west was unsettled lands. So where they put them at? Where they put them?
And look. Then you got the old maps. You look at, it show you Mexico was all that.
All of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mexico.
It was all of that.
That whole
So-called Mexico. Go ahead.
right, and that what you just said, that was west of Mississippi.
Yep.
We gotta remember, officer, their laws and their little papers like this, it's like their Bible. So the audience they're talking to when they say unsettled land, they unsettled white land. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's exactly unsettled white lands.
Right.
That's why he said in the trailer, we have to reclaim what's ours.
Right.
That's why he said that.
Yeah, he conquered.
He said
They took the continent. They was like,
he said that thing so confident too. He said we have to take. He said, look at me, listen to me. We have to take what's ours.
Yeah. What's ours?
Exactly.
I mean, what you stole.
What you stole.
Go ahead. You got something? Yeah,
I got so give me Psalms 55 and verse 20 real quick. 20 and 21. I just want to read.
Yes, sir.
Because during this time here, Esau made a lot of covenants. With Gad, Reuben, Issachar, all that stuff, man. But deep down inside of him, he had an agenda.
The devil.
Right. What made it? What we said his happy policy or his happy thought. Read
Book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 20.
Bring it out.
He had put forth his hands against such as it be at peace with him.
Right, because we were at peace with him at one time. We was like, okay, y'all here. We're gonna dwell with y'all in peace. But read.
He have broken his covenant.
Because he made many covenants with the so-called Native Americans, with the so-called Hispanics, Mexicans, so on and so forth. Read.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Meaning that's those lies that he come out with. Yeah, man, everything's good. Everything's all fine. Read.
But war was in his heart.
Hear that said, but war was in his heart. So, you know what that mean? Came with he stabbed him in the back. As soon as we turned our back, the knife went right in your back.
What the hell is this?
Somebody was getting stabbed on their preview.
Yeah, hey, somebody got shanked real good.
Can we get that clip, IT? It's a Facebook reel. I tried to download. I couldn't do it.
And after this clip, we're going to go to 4. We're going to go to cut 4.
And I had a map to go along with it. All this talk about Esau and what he thinks he owns. It brings us to the present day. Didn't Esau steal a whole bunch of land over there across the water?
Mm-hmm.
What did he steal? What was that? Israel.
Uh-oh.
The entire land of Israel was also stolen and claimed the same way.
Oh, wait, Africa.
Africa.
Hey, everywhere that's not on
That's
a
in
mountaintop.
Africa. Everything's not a mountaintop. So y'all know what's going on with Gaza. Y'all watching the news. If you out from under that rock, Gaza getting carpet bombed, getting blown to hell and back, and the white man's taking more territory.
Yep.
For the Palestinians, who also the devil, they oppressed our people, the Afro-Palestinians. But he's using tried and true tactics. We know it's so familiar. Watch it. Y'all got that reel? Watch what Gad does. It's so familiar. What do you say? It doesn't work.
Yeah, of course.
You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
It doesn't.
Uh-oh.
It said Harim broke the internet.
Damn. Come on, man. Y'all click it. All right, keep going with yours. I'll try to
All
download
right.
it.
So look, check this out. So we're gonna rock with it. Native Indians, right? Number 4. Go to 4 in the meantime. Go to 4. So, and yeah, the correction, because I'm thinking it was like late 18s. It was right. It's 1920s. That's what you said, early 90s. So that was it right there.
But
right?
I mean, but to add to your point, what you said, during that time, remember they got. I think they got put in that land.
Yeah, they got put.
They got put in that land during the
yes.
time what you bringing out early on. But in the process, it shows, as you saw in the video, you seen the wealth as it took place all the way up to the early 1900s. So
Right.
by 70 years later, we started
Right.
going.
Matter of fact, now that you said that, I remember, because at the same time they were oppressing them and pushing them off their land and taking their wealth, they were doing that was the same year as Red Summer. I believe
was that
so.
the same year as Red Summer?
Around that time when they was doing Black Wall Street, it was around the same time.
Oh yeah. No, we're gonna get
Yes,
to that.
it was the same
was.
time.
We're gonna get to that because I have a video about that. It's in the lineup.
Yeah.
I have a video about that. So yes, it was. It
Hey,
was.
look,
around.
we always oppressed together.
Yeah,
right.
Always.
So they forced them, right? So all right, now we building something. Here we go. You ready, Officer Nahum?
Yeah, I'm
we
ready.
getting that baby.
Let's do it.
Watch it. Here we go. So they pushed them
Yes.
and forced Gad. Now Gad, listen, this history is so that you know that you better not celebrate Thanksgiving. Y'all simple behind me doing that still.
That's right.
I was disappointed. When I talked to one of them, celebrate that, I was like, yo, what happened? What? But anyways, pushed them over, went to the West Coast, right? Okay, good. They moved the Aztecs down to Mexico, and then so they was like, okay, well, we got them over in Oklahoma, we got got the lands over that way, right? So what we have here, now I want you to click the link because I want to read the first parts of Britannica with the Osage murders. I want to read that first. So I had got that in order for us, and then we're gonna get the newspaper that was printed around that time, right? And that gets to some stuff, right? Take us off. We don't need to see us. All right, Osage murders. Read that for me, Pelayo.
Osage murders. Series of murders of Osage tribal members in Oklahoma. Principally in the 1920s.
Principally in the 1920s. Now that was the roaring 20s, right? Then later on it became the Great Depression. Go ahead.
Many of the killings were part of a conspiracy to obtain oil.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Oil wealth of the Osage members.
Go ahead.
The murders were the first major criminal investigations.
So it was the first major, that's a lie, but it was the first major criminal investigation, as they say. Go ahead.
Conducted by the U.S. government agency.
Which became?
That became the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
So these murders wound up forming up the idea of let's have the FBI.
Yep.
Go ahead.
In 2017.
There's no way that's corrupt.
Yeah. Go ahead.
In 2017, author David Grand brought attention to this long forgotten story in his book, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Right. So now, I want the newspaper article. Go ahead.
Hold on, while he's getting that newspaper article, you see that? I want y'all to look. So that's in the year 2017. We in the year what? 20 what? 13?
We in
2023.
2023, right? So how many years later is how many years in the past was that from now?
Like 1930 to...
No, from 2017. My math ain't all that good.
Like 83 years.
So 8 years later, right? So look, so they had a book on this right here. This book was out for a minute, but remember the book, it just said this history was long forgotten.
Long forgotten.
I mean, swept under the rug, but now everything's coming to light.
Right.
And it was crazy. For the longest time, I used to, I think, hear about it just vaguely, but I never bothered to care to prove it.
Yeah.
But I always used to hear about how the West Coast was rich with resources.
Right.
Like even the
Gold rush.
Gold rush. oil,
Right.
different little things that they had. I always used to hear something about it, but never researched it until I decided to look up the history behind why they named San Francisco 49ers the 49ers.
49.
I was like, oh, 1849.
You gonna learn today.
Finding out that there was a lot of gold there, and then later.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why it's called the Golden State.
That's why they call it Golden State. That's why. And then
I ain't know that.
Yeah,
You see that?
That's it. That's why they call it the Golden State. Even when you come towards the East Coast, then you have the team that used to be called the Redskins.
Right.
Right. Oh, we're gonna get into that in a second. We can get that in a second. Let me get that news. Let me get that newspaper. Now this right here. Move us off the screen. This guy. All right. Move the two. Yeah. There's words.
Important word.
Take the.
There we
you
go. All right, so now the Daily Oklahoman, right? Oil curse on Osage Indians.
Curse.
Now, it's worded as curse because of what it brought upon them after they struck oil, not the fact that it actually gave them money in the first get-go of it, right? Let's read because now Pelaya, we had an episode previous from this, but we had to reinvent it. Pelaya, I read the article this time, bro.
Yes,
Check
sir.
this thing out. Go up at the top left. Now we're gonna read that first little line where it talks about the chief. So if you can zoom in just a bit more.
Yeah. I don't have bifocals.
If you can somehow zoom in a bit more, and if you can't, then
I can read it.
Try to pull it up on your phone.
Yes, sir.
Is it Chief Fred Lookout of the Osage Indian tribe is not alarmed at the decreasing tribal revenue from oil royalties, which for 15 years
It's difficult to read.
is very small.
Let's get on it.
That's
trying to pull it up. I'm
microscopic.
trying to pull it
Oh,
up.
there we go. Oh, all right. Blessings
hey,
upon you.
hey,
Oh, praise
hey,
the-
hey, praise-
Oh,
IT did it. All right, let's go. Let's read it.
All right. Chief Fred Lookout of the Osage Indian tribe is not alarmed at the
Decreasing.
decreasing tribal revenue from oil royalties.
So now they was getting the money from the oil at first, but notice the title said it was a curse, right? It's because of something. Go ahead.
which for 15 years has been adding to the wealth of the already richest people in the world.
So they already added money. So now that oil that they stole from the Osage made the so-called whites even richer. Because it was like, oh, we struck oil. On top of the fact that not long ago we had struck gold.
Right.
I just
Yeah,
want
go
to say
ahead.
one little point. Think about over there in what they call the so-called Middle East today, right? Saudi Arabia, you got Kuwait, you got damn, I forgot that damn Qatar,
Uh-huh.
the United Emirates and
Yep.
stuff. Hey, all
Arab
those
Emirates.
those places are oil producing countries, right?
Right.
They said here they was the richest people in the world.
You never heard about them.
Never heard about it.
Swept under the rug.
Go ahead.
And they diminish it so they don't look so rich. They
Yeah.
like, oh, look over there in Saudi Arabia. It's like, no, America's the richest place.
Yes. Go ahead.
He expressed the belief that the complete drying up of the stream of liquid gold will prove a blessing to the Osages,
Ooh, go ahead.
the wealthiest but probably unhappiest of mankind.
So Osages, he says the wealthiest, but probably the unhappiest of mankind. Talking about the Indians at that point. When he said that, he's talking about them.
Right.
He said we could have been the richest of all, but now we're the unhappiest because we have to be as slaves to these guys.
Right.
Go ahead.
Chief Lookout's belief is not the abstract theory of a philosopher, but is the result of comparing the mental state of the Osages in their present affluence with the mental state of the Osages before crude oil dazzled.
So he compared how it was before the oil came in to after the oil came. Go ahead.
Dazzled. And he says, curse them
Curse them.
with its glamour and charm.
Curse them. Them slave masters that had them. Them. Curse them. Go ahead.
Chief Lookout has nearly reached the biblical span of 70. He is 67.
He's 67, so he's getting close to death. That's what he's saying there. Go ahead.
Despite his
Because
wealth.
that's what it says inside the Psalms. It says, man's years is 70 years, but if by reason it be
70, 3 score,
yeah,
10.
3 score 10, and if by reason 4, something like that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Despite his wealth, as a member of the Osage tribe, He is a farmer and a cattle raiser.
Read a little quicker.
Yes, sir. He regards the isolation of agricultural life as the only refuge for his unhappy people.
So he said agricultural life and farming, how they used to deal, he saw that as happier, but now he sees his life as unhappy. So he saw the farming was his only refuge from and his people. Go ahead.
And longs for the time when they will be deserted, paved streets, brick walls, taxi cabs, 8-cylinder custom-built automobiles, beauty shops, the turmoil of, this sounds like Black Wall Street.
Yep.
The turmoil of the white man's civilization, and will have returned to the simple customs of their Osage fathers.
So he longs for that peace that they had.
His
Get rid of
heritage.
all of the roads, all this other stuff. Let's go back to our simplistic way of living.
Right.
But ever since these guys came and then raped, robbed, and murdered us, then when we found the oil, they stole it after
Right.
marrying. So some of their women simple, first and foremost.
Simple as hell. And some of the men.
And some of them men, simple as hell. Y'all, simple as I know some of y'all gonna watch it too. Simple as hell. Because I'm gonna make sure y'all
Simple.
name is in the title too. I'm gonna make sure y'all.
Right.
Yeah, simple. So go ahead.
My people are not happy.
My people are not happy.
says Chief Lookout.
Right.
Someday this oil will give out, and there will be no fat checks every month from the Great White Father.
So
the
now,
what?
From the
From the Great White Father.
now, I'm going somewhere. Now, last episode we had pulled the book. What was the title of that book?
Bring it out.
Oh, the Great White Father?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was called The Great White Father. Let me see. Pull it back up real quick. Pull the name of the book back up. Because I need to see what kind of guy this is.
Who's the Great White Father?
Yeah. Who's the Great White Father? All right. Interesting. Francis Paul Pruska. The devil. Yeah, there we go. The devil. The Great Father.
Great Father.
But what does it say he is? Because it says the United States government and the American Indians. Next page. What does it say he is? Read that, Pelayo.
For the Jesuits, of Marquette University.
Marquette University.
Yeah. Yeah, Marquette. Go to the next page real quick. All right, so this is what the book is about, and then we're going to stop this part here and go back to the newspaper. Read that.
As in my previous historical studies of Indian-white relations
So between the Indians and whites, right? Go ahead.
in the United States, large parts of which are incorporated in this book,
Read.
I concentrate on the history of the federal Indian policy
So he concentrates on the policies that was pushed, right? Go ahead.
and do not treat in detail the history of the Indian communities.
So he cared nothing about the history. He only dealt with the policies. That's what that was about. Part of it was the marriage.
Yeah.
That was
The hell is this?
Part of it was that. You said you wanted to add something? Can
Can I add one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sirach 34 and 21 and 22.
Yes, sir.
Dealing with this curse line. I kind of want to touch on that. That's Deuteronomy 28,
Yeah.
16 as well. That's dealing with the curse. Curse shall be thy, what did it say? Give me Deuteronomy 28 real quick. Then give me that. Deuteronomy 28.
16?
Yep, 16.
Deuteronomy
17.
chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So you Gadites, you Reubenites, for breaking God's commandments, cursed shalt thou be where?
in the city.
In your cities you be cursed. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Your oil fields are cursed too. Whatever resources you have are cursed. They belong to your enemies. Read.
That's right.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
That's your storage. That's your economics in general are cursed.
That's it.
Oil, you being an oil producing nation, should have put you in the top, in that time, in the top 5 nations on the earth.
Damn straight.
Maybe right behind the so-called white man.
For real.
But because he said, no, that's my oil. The stuff on your land,
On your land.
you don't even know. That should have been like a bargaining chip that he could go to. I got oil. You want some of my oil? The same way they do. How you say the Israelis over there?
Yep.
They got them land. There's certain ports they want to use and stuff like that. The same way, if you want my oil, you're gonna have to follow my rules. Now back up off this land. Go give me 60 feet. Give me a couple.
Yeah, give me a couple states.
thousand. Yeah, give me a couple of states. Back up. And it's gonna cost you this much. And then they could jack the price up. They can go find more oil fields.
Yep. Right.
That should have been a way to keep their country. But the white man seen all of that in the spirit. Say, hell no. So I go to Sirach now real quick. 34 to 21.
Sirach
Bring it
chapter
out.
34, verse
Let's
21.
see how he get down.
The bread of the needy is their life.
The bread of the needy is their life. Their resources. Come on.
He that defraudeth him
Cheat him out of it. Steal it from him. kill him to take it. What he did is a blend of both. Not only did he cheat his way in, he killed you later. He fully defrauded you, made sure that not one native can take that land. So I'm going to marry into it and kill the survivors. Come on. That's right.
He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood.
That's the so-called white man. He's a man of blood, the devil.
Hey, that's fire. Go ahead. You got something?
Got one. Give me Psalms 49:11 real quick, because
that one got some cobwebs on it.
Yeah, bring that out.
Right there, got some cobwebs
hey,
on
look, this is their thought right here. They say, hey, yeah, now we done married into them. Now we can take their land. Now we can control everything.
Right.
Now I
You gonna
can
learn
change
today.
the name of the towns and cities and stuff. Read.
Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Because that's what happened. Once they married in there, guess what? The kids become of what the father is. According to Numbers chapter 1 verse 18, you are what your father is. Okay, read.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
Right, they all over the place. The way you got military bases, things of that nature. Even when you go to these reservations, guess what? They still gotta deal with that white man. They gotta pay for him. Go to him for all things. Read.
They called their lands after their own names.
Right. So like this land here was called Arsareth, right? And you read in the Bible, but now it's called America, named after America Vespucci.
Yep.
Or Ham. Like let's go to Africa, right? It was called the land of Ham in the Bible. He changed that land to his name.
Yep.
Leo Scipio Africanus.
Right.
That's right.
You're going to learn today.
That's right.
Hey, all of what we doing here, because I know Gad, the so-called Native Indians, Reuben, Seminole, so I know y'all have a hard time trusting the Bible, but understand what we're doing. Bringing out actual history, linking it with the book you don't trust to show you that they twisted the scripture to make you believe what they wanted you to believe.
That's right.
The real understanding is blasting them for what they did to y'all and that y'all have redemption to get up out of it.
That's right.
That's the real understanding right there.
Right.
Go back
Hey.
to that. Go ahead. You got something?
You going back to the book?
Yeah, I'm going back to
Okay,
the
wait.
Okay. You have something though?
I did find that clip.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, I'm gonna read this and then we're gonna get to that.
I did find that clip.
Go back to the newspaper. Because there's a part in here I want to read and then we can drop it. All right, so scroll down. All right, you see where it says that big L right there at the left? That's what we're gonna start reading right there. So scroll down. No, right there. Go ahead, read that, Peliah.
Okay. Let prosperous Indian tribe for half a century.
Hold on. What's going on with his mic?
Mic messing up.
Read. Let me see.
Less prosperous Indian tribes for half a century have regarded the Osages as God's chosen red children.
So, it said less prosperous tribes looked at them as God's chosen red children. Now, I have a book that I'm going to pull soon in regards to why they called them red. After a while, they got indoctrinated with that thought process. Because it wasn't always that case. That thought, even behind them, like I mentioned earlier about the football team, the Redskins. That was a doctrine that had got pushed out there when the what's they called, the explorers came over here. Over there in Europe, they started spreading rumors about what they called them: savages, noble savages, Redskins. They started doing that. We're gonna get the book soon. Go ahead.
The hell is this?
Yes, even the white man's cupidity, from which
it cut it off.
Indian tribes believe they have suffered, as served only to enrich the Osages. Twice, Mother Nature has poured treasures at their feet.
I don't know what's going on with
Hey,
his mic.
his mic is
Hey, let me get another one.
scrambled up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Where you at? I'll take over.
It says twice Mother Nature right there, right after Osage.
Twice, Mother Nature has poured treasures at their feet.
So that was the oil, and then they had another time with gold also. Go ahead.
In any intertribal gathering, the Osages can be instantly differentiated from all others by their regal pomp.
Right, they had some pride because they had money that was flowing into them at first, and they had some strength with them too. Right, go ahead.
By their regal pomp, regarded universally, that's hard word.
Yeah.
Universally as evidence of happiness.
So now, read this last paragraph, and then we're gonna move it.
Chief Lookout?
Yes, sir.
Chief Lookout knows, however, that where the mind is at ease, there and there only does true happiness dwell.
Right.
And the Osage's mind, as Chief Lookout knows, is far from being at ease.
Right, because there was now slaves. Because of the resources they brought in.
Right.
They got fully colonized because of their things. And now, that's why they said they would rather all of that stuff be gone and they can't wait for the oil to run out. because they
Right.
assumed that the great father would leave. They assumed that he would leave if the resources ran.
Right.
That didn't happen.
It looked like they started exalting themselves above the other tribes too.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
We better than y'all.
That's another
Yeah.
ploy. That's how Esau is so discord among you and the other tribes. If y'all don't unite, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make. I got another clip. I'm gonna make one of y'all better than the others.
You don't find that suspicious?
They do that with us today.
Hey,
I got.
good?
I got.
Yeah, go ahead.
Austin.
Oh, you got. Give me Psalms 49 and verse 6.
Psalms chapter
6 and 7. That's it.
49 and verse 6.
Uh-huh.
They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches.
And so that's,
Ooh, yeah.
that's what Gad was doing. They were trusting in their riches and their wealth, and they were boasting. When y'all get to see the movie, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. They were boasting. I'm talking about they were rich, filthy rich,
Living like white folks.
living better than the
Better
white
than-
folks.
Well, that'll do it,
The
right?
white folks was at the bottom when you watch the movie, though. But read.
They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother.
Right, because a lot of them started getting killed. They started getting murdered, right? And they were trying to marry into Esau was trying to infiltrate by marrying with their daughters and wives. Read.
Nor give to God a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever.
Right. So there's nothing that they could do about that. Yeah, they were boasting. They were rich and wealthy. And guess what? They was trusting in their wealth. They was trusting in their riches. They forgot. They forgot about their customs and stuff like that. I mean, they did speak the language of what they had, but there were certain things. But a lot of them started dressing like the white man.
Right. Yeah, you pull that clip out. It's a short little clip. We was talking way earlier, but it was an Instagram. It wasn't Facebook, so that was my fault. So I was bringing it up to today with what's going over in Gaza and the Israelis versus the Palestinians.
Right.
And somehow our Gadite brothers have found themselves in the streets.
No, they didn't.
Oh,
They found themselves in the streets picking a sides.
Oh, yeah.
They trying to pick sides. They're like, hold
Man,
up.
so
I understand you try to make a correlation.
I think I
but
seen this. Oh,
Let's throw that up there real quick.
See, that's why we talking about y'all now.
You got to get on y'all, man. That's it.
I think that might be Issachar.
They say Native Indians.
Yeah.
It's Northern Kingdom. There might be some Aztecas in there. But I think it might be.
That's crazy.
They out there.
They don't never do that with us.
I was just thinking that. Bring it out. I'm mad at them. I was thinking I'm mad at y'all. Y'all never come out when we getting beat down.
Yeah, next time, hey, look.
Blowing the conch or nothing.
Hey, you see how they things look. When next time you see Officer Issachar, let him know.
Right.
With Rasheen Carter, none of that.
Yeah, we don't know Rasheen Carter, but let some Palestinians they don't know it would break your neck.
Full regalia, everything.
Yeah, full regalia.
This is what they do when they see us get beat. Dude.
Right. Yeah, right.
There it is.
Turn it back.
I ain't see nothing.
Yeah. You know?
How?
We ain't light skinned enough.
Yeah, we ain't light skinned enough. Hey, go to Ecclesiastes 7 in verse 10. Y'all was touching on some things. Y'all kept quoting from that one article that he wished the oil would dry up.
Yep.
Watch what he says. That's that buyer's remorse.
Sir.
It's that buyer's remorse. All that sin you inherited, all that wealth, Austin Nail was talking about as well. Then you were like, dang, it don't make us happy. America, all its riches. When we're rich, when you look at us, not just natives, even in poverty, even on the reservations, which hopefully in another show we'll go over what they actually look like.
Yes.
That squalor. We are rich compared to all nations on the earth.
Right.
That's
the poor here are the rich over there.
Yep.
Go over there. The trailer park looked like the Garden of Eden compared to what they got in some of these third world countries.
Yep.
So these riches that Esau's giving us has messed our mind up. But watch this right here.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 10.
Come on.
Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than
He
these?
says, don't say in your mind, what do you mean the old days are better than today? Don't act like today's great. Read.
For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this.
You a fool for thinking that. Of course the old days was better.
Right.
Of course when you had freedom, when the white man won't hear, those days was better. But even better than that, go prior to that, before the pagan gods, we had a kingdom of God.
Yep.
When we were united together as a nation.
Yep.
We had real wealth.
Yep.
Not just go find some resources. The resources were given to us. God had all the gold. Solomon had the temple. That thing made out of gold. The floor was gold. Not just a little bit in your clothes. We organized, and we had every nation under subjection. Say not down there, oh, today's great, 2023. No, the old days was better.
I don't want you to forget your point. I just have to add on to that,
good.
Rich. Y'all have any idea how rich we were?
Man.
Inside the temple, let me break this down for a second.
Bring it out.
Inside the temple, we had cedar and fir trees that was inside of there. There was, and when I read it, the fir trees was overlaid, and it was like almost like you ever seen the trees that look like some fuzz is on there and whatnot? You know what I'm talking about? The fir trees in there was overlaid with gold, and they have flower patterns at the top of the chapter.
Bruh.
Listen.
Mind-boggling. Priceless.
When you go in there, all it smelled like was cedar,
oh man,
frankincense. The fir trees had there was a certain wind that you can that can kind of get in there, and it was like it looked like everything was like a wave, like a gold wave with damn fir trees.
That's right.
It was moving.
It was moving, and there was no nails to put it together. No nails. It was dovetailed. It was almost like a puzzle put together perfectly.
Right, perfect.
Gold bricks and blocks.
We never seen real gold. We don't even know what good gold look like.
No, we don't know.
Real gold.
Yeah, good gold is like soft. We got that 14 karat. That ain't gold.
Right.
Man, that's some stuff. We don't know that the old days was so much better, but the kingdom come again.
He's coming again.
It's more
Kingdom's coming back.
It's more on that 11.
Go ahead.
It says, wisdom is good with an inheritance.
That's what we lost. We was talking about that in the first hour. We lost our inheritance to fringes, to border blue. Riches ain't good. What say? Riches are not comely for a niggard.
Yep.
Right. And that's what you had with the Osage. They was niggards. They ain't won't thinking. Come on.
Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun.
Read on.
For wisdom is a defense.
But wisdom is a defense.
And money is a defense.
From poverty. Money is a defense. It's not the sole means of living.
Yep.
It's not your God. Mammon is your God when you worship money. Read.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
That's the excellency of knowledge. You need wisdom. Wisdom would have told you God's law say don't marry the white man.
That's
God's law
right.
says that. Hey, what do you say? Never trust thine enemy.
Right.
That's wisdom.
That's wisdom.
You know that's your enemy. You know he slaughtered your people and relegated you all the way on one side of a continent. How you do the Trail of Tears and pass by all them states and couldn't stop?
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like, don't stop yet. No, don't stop. It's like everybody don't occupy all that land. Nope. But the Esau just said one guy owns everything. You know most people on the planet would probably fit inside of Wake County. Everybody on the planet could fit and live in Wake. You'd be squished up a little bit, but everybody could live inside of an area as small as Wake County. You don't even need all North Carolina.
Yep.
There's not that many damn people on the planet. But Esau so greedy, he said, I need this whole continent to myself. Go live in the middle. Go live in the bathroom.
You know how you know that's
Keep
true?
moving.
Because they have places where it's like millions upon millions in one city. Like I think of places like Tokyo,
Right, Tokyo.
Shanghai.
That's a small little island.
Small little something, but a whole bunch of people live there.
Right.
And that island itself, they have all of that population. Even if you combine all of the cities that's in China that have a big population,
Right.
all of it does not get close to how big Texas is.
Right.
North Carolina is. Right. New York is.
Right.
It just don't.
But
They selfish and greedy.
they greedy. Talk about that Obadiah. We ain't got to get it. Obadiah said, wouldn't they leave some grapes?
Yeah.
If thieves came into you, the robbers by night, we're not there stole. You gonna get it? We're not there stole till they had enough. No, Esau don't just steal till he has enough for his family. He's like, let me steal for the future.
Yeah, for
just
the
in case
future.
I want to live over there, I'm gonna steal that too.
Yep.
You don't find that suspicious?
Esau wanted the grapes, the dirt, the seeds for the future
Seeds.
grapes.
The name, we're gonna name them after. These are Esau grapes. These are Edom grapes. They want everything. You got it?
Obadiah verse 5.
Go ahead.
If these came to thee,
But read verse 2. Just say who it is.
verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Did you read
Verse
one.
Verse 1, I'm sorry.
The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
All right, now jump over to 5.
Verse 5.
So Edom is a biblical name of the so-called white man. Go ahead.
If thieves came to thee,
God said if thieves came to you,
if robbers by night,
you'd be better off if a robber came to you. Come on.
how art thou cut off?
Uh-huh.
Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
An actual thief would just steal till you had enough. Like you get the house get broken into, they take your TV, sure. If you have some money out, sure. Some jewelry out, sure. They don't take your couch. Right. They don't take your floorboards. They don't take your insulation. They don't take your refrigerator. They don't take your food out the refrigerator. They don't take your microwave. They don't take your family. They don't take your photos and put in their photos. They don't take your bathroom. They don't take your air and your water. They don't take the land underneath. You know that when they have like, you have to get that written up that any oil found is yours underneath. And they know they got a loophole to get that oil if it's under there.
Yep.
They got a loophole.
Land rights.
Then enslave you and make you work in your own house.
Right. That's how much he stole. He's like, don't leave. Just stay in the bathroom.
And then that's not enough.
It's
You
like
never lived here.
You never lived here. I was always here.
Yeah, it's like an intruder coming in and said, "Don't be alarmed. Just wait. No, put the gun down. I'm just here to stay." Yeah.
I'm a post up. Post up.
Settler.
Just never leave.
Never leave.
Settle
Ain't no way, boy.
Never leave.
Hey, he said,
Ain't no way.
You got your whole family's just getting amped. Just relax.
Wow.
Okay, I'm here. This is mine now. Just let's be
mine.
family.
It's
Okay,
always
go
been
do the
mine.
dishes.
That's the
What it is.
breakdown. That's what Esau did.
what he did.
They posted up. They never leave. They made little dilly
Made
burgers.
little dilly burgers.
Yeah.
They
They made little dilly
And they
burgers.
beat the they beat the
Now,
dilly.
unfortunately, that part is a dark history. Yeah, when they the Doonies. Jesus Christ.
Dang. Go
All
ahead.
right, so I was meditating on whether I was gonna bring out the history of the Redskins, but not yet. What I'm gonna do is give me the video. Give me the video with the I'm probably gonna have to touch on the Redskin part of it later. I want the video though. Y'all know a decent amount of time already passed, right? That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so it says to start at 2 minutes. It was in 1989. The American Indian activist Russell Means.
Right. I know that guy.
I know him
Yeah,
too.
Russell
He a
Means.
movie actor.
Yes, sir. So he had brought out some good stuff.
Some good stuff in this.
Now remember, it was said that, well, it was in the 1920s. Let me just say that. I don't want to ruin it. Let's play.
We American Indians, we can be anything we want to be, except American Indians. And that is created by the laws of this nation.
Right. Policies.
And condoned by its subsidiaries, the so-called tribal government.
Now,
And designed
pause.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig all
glad
into
you're getting
this
into
right
this.
here.
I'm glad you're getting into this.
So he said it was made and it was enforced like by their subsidiaries and their and the tribal government.
Right.
There is a part of the U.S. government. This is about to sound odd. There's a part of the U.S. government that isn't a part of the U.S. government.
Exactly. That's a good sound effect.
Because that's the best way I can put it. There is.
It's in the government,
It's in the government,
but it's not of the government. I got it now.
There's a part of the government that's not a part of the government. So, in other words, let's say the government federally puts out a law and say that, hey, this is what we're going to do. They have another section that they have that's not a part of them, right? That can do what they said not to do because they're not part of them.
What? Boy, my mind is blown right there.
I got articles to prove it.
They exegeted that part of
They
it.
exegeted that.
Yeah.
Catch 22.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. So they said the tribal government, that's a separate whole entity in itself focused only on you Native Indians. Watch. Go ahead.
To be expendable, to be eliminated. I take you back in your history.
John McCain, Maverick.
After the American Indian hostiles had been subdued and forcibly confined to Indian reservations,
Right.
it took approximately 30 years, one generation, for us to adjust and become economically viable.
Pause. Now, it said after they had relegated them to reservations, it took 30 years for them to become economically viable. Now, I can't prove it, but there was what we had just read earlier, where after they had took resources from the Indians, it was about a 30-year span from the Removal Act from Andrew Jackson. It was about 30-year time from the 1830s all the way to 1860s. They had to recoup. Then he's going to mention another time gap. Watch. Go ahead.
Anthropologists say, and what we even ourselves are taught as Indian people.
Right.
However, allotments were made smaller.
Allotments were made
Our
smaller.
remaining lands were open to homesteading, and we were forced into reducing our livestock.
Pause. So now they were forced into making their allotments, meaning the land that was given to them by the government, were made smaller. Their livestock started to get taken away. That's Deuteronomy 28.
Oh, yeah.
All of that, it started to be made smaller, and it was getting pushed into a hard corner.
Bring it
They're still
out.
able to thrive, right? Go ahead.
We
Nevertheless,
made the adjustment again in less than half the aforementioned time.
15 years this time.
15 years.
Right.
And become economically self-sufficient again. But once again, the American Indian was forced into reducing our livestock.
Had to reduce it
The
again.
boss farmer concept was instituted.
Pause. All right, the
Bring it
boss farmer concept. Give me number 6 real quick. We can go back
Bring
to
it
the
out.
video.
Well, there's some precepts for that.
Yeah, buddy. He said a lot. He said a lot.
Who does that? Like, who does it? It's like, oh, you guys y'all getting self-sufficient? I need you to stop doing that so much.
Increase the oppression.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, there's some precepts for that.
Hey, give me the boss farmer concept.
Bruh.
Click that thing.
Everybody get that.
With our powers combined.
Precepts.
Yeah. It's number 6. It's number 6. It's right underneath the video.
Come on.
Thanks for taking
Hey, bring
some
that
time
out. Give me Deuteronomy 28:33.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in the meantime, yes.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 33.
Come on.
Bring it out.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
They're going to just consume your resources. Read. Colonialism. Come on.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
That's why they didn't let up. That's why in a couple more years they're going to come with more policies. Go to verse 31. Talking about the ox.
Verse
The hell
31.
is this?
Read.
Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes.
They're going to mess with your cattle. They're going to number your cattle. Say how much you can have. Read.
And thou shalt not eat thereof.
See what they're doing? They're telling you can't eat. So you're making too much cattle. Get the hell out of here, nigga. We need to eat. We got to feed our nation.
Yeah.
Read.
Thine ass shall be violently taken away
You
from
see that?
before thy face.
Come on.
And shall not be restored to thee.
They're not going to give it back. No reparations. And they're not going to make it easy for the Native American to live in his own land. Read.
Thy sheep shall be given to thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue.
He got control over the population of your livestock. Get the hell out of here. For what purpose? How nosy you got to be? How much? They got too much livestock
got
over
too
there.
much over there.
They're a little too comfortable.
Let's reduce it
That's
again.
great.
Reduce that again.
That amount of oppression would drive you crazy.
They would.
It's just like, no matter what I do.
No matter what I do. Alcoholism, suicide, prostitution, that's where it drove them. That's where it drove Gad and Reuben.
Esau walk away and he's like, I feel like there's more.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's more.
Let's go.
Damn.
And meanwhile, they were about to go through the Great Depression during this time. They were successful.
Right.
We're gonna get into that. You got my article?
He got piano. I ain't got no
All
piano.
right, so the problem is when you click it, it was supposed to go directly to the highlighted portion. What happened?
It's something around that photo. I remember that.
All right, there we go. All right, there it is. All right, jump up just a little bit. All right, pause. Where it says many historians, read that.
All right. Many historians have used the term progressive to describe the Indians who were willing to cooperate, and the term traditionalist for those who were not.
So they called the ones traditional who didn't want to cooperate, progressive who did, who wanted to stay slaves. We
Right.
get progressive. Those who want to be
Five civilized tribes.
yeah.
There's liberal and conservative. It's
Right,
the same
exactly.
thing.
And then Five Civilized, that book that we had got yesterday.
Yeah.
I found something in that thing. Yeah, we're gonna get that. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, the dichotomy has sometimes been slanted.
I forgot what that word meant, and I forgot to get the definition. Dichotomy.
I think that means a difference.
Yeah, I remember looking it up, and I'm telling you, I forgot.
I think, man, go ahead.
has sometimes been slanted to characterize the progressives as being Indians willing to change their attitude and behavior in order to curry favor with their Indian agents.
Yeah, it means division or separation, dichotomy. The contrast between two things.
Okay, so the division has sometimes been slanted to characterize the progressives or the what you call them? House slaves, that's it.
Yeah.
House slaves as being Indians willing to change their attitude and behavior in order to curry favor with their Indian agents.
Cool.
Now, the Indian agents is giving references here. That's part of the tribal government.
Right.
They have a name.
Yep.
Keep going.
A more recent view. Please stop.
What are you doing?
Please stop. A more recent view embraced by ethnohistorians and cultural anthropologists, however, is to regard many of these cooperative Indians as culture brokers or cultural mediators trying to bridge the gap between themselves and the federal agents such as McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. So they're trying to make a difference between, right? All right, go down Go down a little bit. All right. I want where it says the highlighted part, the other.
Yes, sir. The other plan was to divide the reservation, still an agency in the early 1880s, into 20 farming districts.
So, you know what this does prove? That 30 years that was mentioned goes into after the Andrew Jackson did his thing and sent us along the way. That's what it proves. Go ahead.
Each of which would be headed by a district farmer.
So, all right. So this part here.
Bring it out.
This part, I had to look this up, and I kid you not, I found this out probably 2 weeks ago. That district farmer, or it says the boss farmer, right there. Mm-hmm. Those are those head guys within that tribal government.
Bruh.
They them ones.
Those are your Jesse Jacksons.
Yeah.
Right.
There it is.
And some Caucasians.
They them ones. They them like they're almost similar to taskmasters. They're similar to that, and then they have these guys called like the Secretary of Interiors and Exteriors. Go ahead, read on.
Our boss farmer. The position of assistant farmer was created to provide a necessary backup for the district farmer.
Okay. All right. Go back to the video. Matter of fact, everybody, I think we're going to have to cut it short right here.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Man, come on, man.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the time.
Good.
I'm looking at the time.
Yeah, you probably right.
Hey, everybody, listen. If y'all want more, I left a little cliffhanger there because we about to get into it, but it's all right.
Right.
We got the whole month.
We're going in.
We're going in.
Right.
And those of y'all that was on the George Gregory, I'm telling you, follow IUIC Raleigh on YouTube.
Right.
You will not be disappointed.
That's
we got a lot of
right.
good stuff, and we're going into that Native American history. They bet not, and y'all bet not celebrate Thanksgiving either. We're going all the way back.
Tear that down.
We tearing it up. We already started.
Right.
They don't even know it.
Columbus, we coming for you.
Yeah, we're coming for you. Next one? Oh, we getting it. Watch. Yeah. My fellow co-hosts, go ahead if y'all have anything.
Hey, visit the school. We got a physical location at 111 South Market Street, Benson, North Carolina. That's 111 South Market Street, Benson, North Carolina. Like the officer brought out, go to IUIC Raleigh YouTube. We got a Facebook, we got a TikTok, we got Instagram, and also go to IUIC in the classroom in general. Check out the website, israelunite.org. All right? Hey, all praise to the Most High.
All praise. Off the
All
name of
praise.
anything?
Nah.
Fly?
Shalom. Sir.
Hey, and with that, this has been the
Armor God Radio Show.
Tune in next week. That's what
Hey, shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.